Hey YouTube, I'm Noah,
And I'm Jacob.
and this is CabbageTalks. We'll be your spirit guides through the animated and live-action world. Today we're going to be talking about,
Korra, Book 3, trailer.
so without further ado, let's get started.
I give props to the creators of Avatar. They started right off the bat really strong, tying in Book 2 with Batu and Rava.
Next we have kind of this scene of a almost utopian-looking city. It looks like it's made out of metal, so it could possibly be from the Earth Kingdom, and it looks like it's very important to the series, to the book, so we'll have to see what that's about.
And then right off the bat, we already start off the action. We have Chief Beifong's metal bending police. I don't know whether they're apprehending or not. It's tough to say based on their stance, but knowing Korra, I'm sure there's some action involved. Okay, I called this one right off the bat. I said to my friend Noah over here, I mentioned eye color because in Korra they have a strong resemblance to what their actual element is, and I just didn't feel that Boomy was a non-bender. What did you think, Noah?
Yeah, I was surprised by seeing this, but you told me your views on it, and I think it was a good call for sure. It looks like it's a true statement. So, yeah.
Unless Nick's throwing another one of those fastballs at us, like Azula's, like Zuko's mother.
Yeah. This was very interesting. Obviously, it first reminded me, the first thing that came to mind when I saw her was, Combustion Man, or Sparky Boom Man, or whatever you would like to call him. That's just the first thing that popped into my head with the whole eye thing, of course. But me and Jacob kind of thought that she had resemblance to someone familiar.
We were kind of thinking Azula, just slightly, because of the way that, when she smiled and her eyes, we just thought that she looked really similar. We could be very far off, but again, this is all just our opinions and thoughts. Next, they move on to a no-armed waterbender, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. I think that she's going to have a lot to do with the series. I think that she'll have some definitely interesting characteristics, and it's so cool to see something like this in Avatar: in Avatar: Legend of Korra. They did something similar to this in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Here we have this guy. I'm still not sure whether he's a firebender or earthbender, but judging what he's doing, we saw him earlier in the trailer, and he was in sort of a wooden cell. So,
you would think that he wasn't an earthbender, but
yeah.
At the same token, wouldn't he be able to burn the wooden cage?
If he was a firebender, yeah.
So, I don't know. It's kind of contradicting, but the scene looks like he could go either way. My vote's for firebender, though.
I'm gonna go with Earth, but we'll just have to see.
And then we have this police chase with what I can only describe as what I think is Lin Beifong. Just, when they get up close, you can definitely see the characteristics of her face, same eye color. And the big thing is her hair. It's absolutely identical. I think it's Lin Beifong.
That Lin hair.
Wouldn't be surprised. That Lin hair. That Lin hair.
This gentleman, he shows up later earlier in the trailer, and he's in a cell, obviously the same cell he's in here, we can assume, and we kind of thought
maybe they switched cells. Gosh,
maybe they're switching cells, I don't know, but he kind of reminded us of Juan a little bit, and we'll get into that in another video. We don't want to linger too
we'll talk about that in another video, but we just throwing that out there, we thought that he might be Juan, and we'll explain why a little bit later in another video.
Yeah.
We'll be putting out another video going a little bit more in depth on thought-wise. This is just a small video, so just word to the wise.
Okay, this is basically Jinora doing her Jinora thing, doing her spirit thing. The thing that strikes me as unique about this is just the location. It looks like it could be something kind of Lake Laogai-esque, so that's interesting. Then we have Korra metal bending, which we have not seen, and Aang didn't do that. So
yeah, exactly. He never did that at all. I mean, I was honestly surprised considering Toph like came up with this.
I mean, he may have learned it later, but I don't know. I mean, it just
We never saw it.
we
That's
never
the
saw
thing,
it.
is we never
So
saw
it's
it.
very interesting to see Korra doing that. I guess maybe she learned it from Lin. I don't know. Next we have
Or maybe she learned it from Toph.
maybe maybe.
Maybe she's making a role appearance, guys. Spoiler. No, I'm just kidding.
Spoiler alert: Jinora is important in this book. Oh wait, you already knew that? Okay. Well, this was very surprising.
Hey guys, I just want to tell you too, spoiler. Now, this is just rumored, but that may or may not be the Dailies, so
Yeah,
believe nothing of what you hear and everything of what you see.
exactly. That made total sense. So Jinora is being captured by the Daily, or whoever that is. And that's just, we'll have to see.
Blake Loud guy, that's all I can say.
Mm.
Here we have this guy, this little kid. He's obviously an airbender, as they showed in earlier clips, and we'll show a couple pictures. He was, in again a place that looked a lot like Lake Lao guy, and then he was in another place. And then he was fighting this guy in a caravan, like an armored vehicle type thing. I almost thinking freedom fighters. I know that's way off, but we'll kind of give some theories on what we think of this guy later. But it looks like he's interesting, maybe possibly important to the story big time, and it's always nice to see another airbender in the series. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Korra's,
What that is.
what in the world is that is beyond me. She's obviously using another one of the sandbenders. Gliders, but she's using airbending instead of sandbending. Why she's in the desert, I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully, maybe they'll be in the Spirit Library. I'd love to see that place again. It was neat that they brought it in the Book 2 series. Maybe they'll bring it in Book 3. Okay, she's got to be in the Spirit World. I mean, look at the background. It's
I
just.
don't think whales could fly. I may be wrong. There may be new species, but I don't think they could fly.
Well, okay, didn't you see Shark Tales? Those whales were totally flying. I mean, maybe I'm way off.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She's got to be in the Spirit World, man. And
I'd love to
we'll
see
talk
whale
about that
wash.
later,
I'd
too.
love to see the
wanna-
whale wash in this book.
You know,
Right.
I'm pretty sure you get a whale of a wash, and I'm not quite sure, but I think the prices are.
Next we have Zuko, which is amazing. I totally fangasmed over this. I was very excited.
And he's fighting, and that's all that matters. That he's alive and
he's
fighting.
in fighting condition.
Moving on, and he's in fighting condition. And moving on. And, oh, goodness gracious! I mean, God. Anyway, here we have what we can only describe as stuff.
Some sort of super badass
Some
team.
sort of super badass team. We'll go into a little bit description of this no arm bender a little bit later, and this airbender guy. But it's it's really cool to see this whole team. I'm not entirely sure if they're good or bad, and what they're fighting for, why they even have this person on their back. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the series. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty great trailer. Way to give a lot of information. I'm finally glad they brought in Zuko. It's like a spoiler, but yeah, great trailer. Would you agree?
Yes, I would agree, and I hope that our viewers go watch it again. If they're really interested, and like this video,
and
subscribe.
instead of liking this video or subscribing, just fangasm. That's all I say. Yeah, enjoy. All right, later YouTube. Have lots of toast, and remember,
drink lots of cactus juice.
I forget.
Drink lots of cactus juice.
Are you sure it's cactus
definitely
juice?
cactus juice.
Maybe it's rock candy. I'm not sure.